It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Commissioner, blaming you on the bad weather last week for football. It was one of those crazy nights, and I think it's always appropriate on those kinds of nights to review with everyone the specific protocol on inclement weather, specifically lightning and thunder, because we had a lot of it last week.
We did, Coach, and there's certainly specific guidelines put out by the National Federation of High Schools dictate when we must shut a game down when we see lightning, and also gives us a standard to use when we can begin. And, at the end of the day, we have to come back the next day or we got to delay that night. But it's more important to be safe and keep our fans safe and our student-athletes safe. And I think that was the primary goal last Friday night, as tough as it was. But we got through it, and we're going to play week 3 here.
In addition to football, you and your staff, this time of year is a busy time for everybody involved in high school athletics, and you've been involved with some of your counterparts, some commissioners around the Midwest, in some meetings these past few days. What's on the mind of your colleagues around the Midwest?
Well, I don't think, it's maybe popular, maybe unpopular, Coach, but I just left 13 of my counterparts from the Midwest, and we spent 4 days together, and we really just walked through a bunch of topics. But the thing that the NCAA transfer portal and what's happened with that environment is really starting to affect high schools and what's going on in the high school setting. And we're different than the NCAA, especially the Division I or the Power 5, that we are sitting here trying to have kids an opportunity to grow up a little bit with their uniform that says their school name on it. That's something that everybody has on their mind right now because, an individual parent, I understand their focus on their kid only. But what they forget about is there's a student-athlete that's not involved in the process when we do a transfer that doesn't have a voice in the room, and we always have to be worried about displacement also. But that and, finances, and we talked about how tournaments are structured, and there's just a whole litany of topics. We saw some software development people are using to align tournaments, success factors, and one thing I can tell you, Coach, is nobody's got it completely figured out. Everybody continues to try to adjust and make it work for their state. And there's always nuances that are different, and Indiana is no different. You
also now kick off your annual statewide tour, talking to athletic directors and principals around the state. I know, number one, it's great to be out there to visit with your colleagues. And secondly, you get a chance face-to-face to talk about issues that are critical to the state of Indiana and specifically to the IHSAA. And so, number one, be safe. So what are some of the major agenda items on this tour?
Well, Coach, it's one of those. It's an annual meeting that we have. We're 3 weeks, 8 different spots around the state. We were in Lowell, Indiana today. We'll be in Plymouth, Indiana tomorrow, and 3 more spots next week and 3 the following week. But a lot of things we talk about, we go over the association finances. We are a not-for-profit, but we're a membership organization. So every school really needs to have significant input into how we did that last year and how we're going to do this year, and changes in the bylaws, and all those things are important. And we do seek school input because, there's folks out there, one of the misnomers is that we are a taxpayer-funded organization, and that's not the case. I mean, we are not-for-profit. We are voluntary membership, or voluntary organization, voluntary membership, and we talk a lot about those things, but we give them a full financial picture of what last year looked like. We talk about transfers. We talk about, our foundation. We talk about officials. We talk about sportsmanship. We talk about the new sports coming on, girls flag, boys volleyball and girls wrestling, and we just adopted for the 25-26 school year girls lacrosse, and so it gives us a chance to also celebrate our sponsors along the way. So there's just a whole litany of information that we try to provide to our membership.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports, streaming worldwide on the internet at facebook.com/Region Sports, RSC on YouTube, regionsports.com, and IHSAATV.com. We come to you tonight from Valparaiso High School as Region Sports Network presents the LaPorte Slicers as they are taking on our 4th-ranked Valparaiso Vikings. I'm Andrew Mild. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's game, and joining me with the color analysis is Jay Sidnans. Good evening, Jay.
Yeah, nice to be here with you, Andrew. It's a great night for the opening night of conference play in the Duland Conference. You've got LaPorte coming in at 0-2. Losses to New Prairie and Lowell. New Prairie 33-14, Lowell 28-6. And then you've got Valparaiso, who I saw last week here in a great game against Andran. Comeback win, down 21-0 with 1 minute left in the second quarter, run back a kickoff, and then scored 21 points unanswered in the second half to come out 21-28. And their opening game against Penn lost 49-42 in a shootout for week 1. So a contrast of games a little bit for Valpo from week 1 to week 2.
Well, you said you were here, and Valparaiso was down 21-0 early, and it wasn't until Julian Stokes returned that kickoff. And Stokes, because of that, Valpo gained some momentum, carried it to the second half, and as you said, went on to win the game. Do you think that is going to translate into this second home game in a row, start off conference play against a team that has been struggling offensively like the LaPorte Slicers?
Well, I think Valpo got that momentum back in that second half, and I think they're going to carry it into week 3. So it should be interesting. You got two teams sort of peeling off and going in separate directions. Valpo with all that momentum, and then you've got LaPorte just sort of struggling right now.
Yeah, LaPorte, with that tough loss last week, they scored their first offensive touchdown in 5 games. An end around to Keegan Henkel, who hit the sidelines in the track star, took it all the way for the score. But after that, they struggled to get the offense moving again. And there was a crucial turnover at the end by Aiden Penzel, their quarterback. He threw a pick 6, and once Lowell took it to the house, that game was sealed. And for LaPorte going into this game, they're only averaging 6.7 points per game. Jay, what can they do to get this offense kick-started?
Well, the one thing is, they run the 4-receiver formation. They've got to spread the field. Get that ball out of Penzel's hands quickly, because that defensive line from Valparaiso is going to be coming on him and coming quickly, so they've got to do 2 or 3 step drops, get rid of the ball quickly, try and take advantage of that short passing game. Aiden Penzel, 19 for 37 on the season, 133 yards, and he's got 2 INTs, one of you talked about, and zero touchdown passes.
Well, what I'm really excited about, we're from the Northwest. We understand that we love some blue-collar type football, ball on the ground, and we're going to see some 2 really good running backs, Reed Raymond of LaPorte and Thomas Berta. And you had to be really impressed by the way he was running the ball at the end. He scored 2 touchdowns, should have had a receiving touchdown, but was wiped off the board due to a legal formation.
Yeah, he had a great game last week on the season, 49 carries, 348 yards, 3 TDs. He is their go-to guy. They will feed the beast. Once he gets rolling, they are not going to stop going with him, and he's a grind and pound guy in between the tackles. They don't run much outside. They use their size, and their size that they've got. They got 250, 320, 275, 290, and 280 from left tackle to right tackle. They are some big boys.
And it helps that their left tackle, Caleb Sharp, is an all-conference and was listed to the preseason all-state team in the 5A division. The Valpo Vikings are taking the field. Fireworks going on in the distance. It's a pageantry.
Yes, it is.
High school football here in Northwest Indiana, as it is Veterans Night here at Valparaiso High School, and they're doing it the right way.
Yes, they are, and it's all green fireworks out there. What a nice job. Send the players out on the field, each one of the players carrying the American flag out on the field, as you see them right there at the bench. And there's a line of veterans and patriots that have served our country all along from the 50 down to the goal line along the Valparaiso sidelines.
The Valpo Vikings holding those flags high and proud. A lot to play for tonight as the Vikings look to open up conference play with a win. For LaPorte, they're trying to turn it around after a couple of really tough losses to open up the season. They lost to Lowell last week, 28-6. Pick 6 had sealed it. And Valpo, after being down 21-0, were able to rally and get the win against a very good Andrean team. They lost to Penn. Those are two really good teams in this state. And now they're facing a LaPorte team that has been struggling. Jay, how this game going to go tonight? What's some of your predictions and your lookout?
Well, I really think that Valparaiso, if they get a good offensive line push established, they're going to try and feed Stokes and Gag Faley, the backup running back as well. They're gonna feed those guys, and they're gonna let that offensive line get a good push, and then they'll go to Keelan Hozick for the passing game.
We're going to take a quick break for the national anthem. We'll be right back for kickoff here from Valpo.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowell Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's Insurance Professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
We are back live as you're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Andrew Miles with Jay Simmons just got through the national anthem. And I got to say, Jay, I think more high schools need to have fireworks for the anthem before the game when their teams take the field.
Yeah, they're putting on a show here for their fans, for home crowds, and also along for Patriot Night, which is going on tonight. As we left for our commercial break, we talked about Keelan Hozick, 22 for 43 completions, 396 yards, 4 touchdown passes, only 1 pick, and also doing it with his feet, 18 carries, 106 yards. So he's very diverse in how he picks up yards.
Yeah, I was really impressed by the way he was able to buy some time and get his receivers open. There's a couple of nice plays he made, but again, there was a lot of sloppy play by the 59ers and the Vikings last week as the Vikings were able to escape with the win. The LaPorte Slicers are now taking the field, and I got to say, Jay, if you sleep on the LaPorte defense, you're going to have yourself a rough night. They fly from sideline to sideline, especially with their linebackers and R.J. Carnes and Jack Borelli.
Yeah, they do a nice job, like you said, getting sideline to sideline. Now you got the veterans on motorcycles going around the track. They are bringing everybody out here tonight. Yeah, you look at some of the LaPorte Slicers. You've got Hayes, one of the linebackers. He has 11 solo tackles, 12 total. They've got numerous tackles for losses. They've got to put a sustained effort, though, tonight because Valparaiso is so multi-talented in terms of their play calling. They can go from running the ball a couple plays, then the next first down, they're going to be throwing the ball. So it's going to be a real challenge for the Slicers to contain this offense.
Again, how can LaPorte contain this offense? Because for me, if they're going to go with Thomas Berta over and over again, he has really been the bell cow of this team, and they even opened up the third quarter by giving him the ball 4 or 5 times in a row, and he wants the ball. He wants to punish the other team. He wants to wear them down so they can open up the passing game for Hosek, and they still have very talented receivers.
Yes, you're talking about Julian Stokes, 8 catches, 172 yards, 3 touchdowns on the season. He's their top receiver. If I'm LaPorte, I gotta say, defensively, you got to focus on taking one thing away. Are you going to take the running game away, force Valpo to pass, or are you going to take the passing game away and let Berta do the damage? If I'm LaPorte, I'm stacking the line. I'm taking Berta out of this game. I'm forcing Valpo to pass the ball.
Yeah, Valpo coming into this game averaging over 247 yards a game as the captains for each side are now meeting at the 50-yard line with the referees for the opening coin flip. We'll see who gets the ball first and who is going to be kicking off and starting on defense.
Well, as you can see on the sidelines, it looks like the coaches know. It looks like it's just a ceremonial thing because it looks like Valparaiso's already got the kickoff team out there, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, the game night forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast, it feels like fall. It is 61 degrees, and when that sun sets, we're going to get into the upper 50s. And I'll tell you, Jay, I'm really excited that it's starting to cool down and really starting to feel like autumn again here in the region. And it's perfect that we're here on a Friday night. The lights are on. The sun is setting behind the trees in front of us. And here we go, Jay. This is going to be a fun one to open up DAC conference play.
Yes, it is. If LaPorte can hang this first quarter, get some first down, get some good things happening, I think this is going to be a good game tonight, and I think the Slicers are going to hang.
This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repairing, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Valpo is kicking off. LaPorte is receiving. Berta is back to return, and so, or I should say, it's Kelly Hay and Keegan Henkel are back to return. Kicking off for Valpo is Trevor Fontner. Ball's queued up on the 40-yard line.
Well, Valpo so far is not giving up a touchdown or a score in the last two quarters since they shut Andrayan out in that last game. So let's see if the defense can keep this roll going here.
And here we go. Here's the kick. And to go out back of the end zone. It's going to be a touchback for LaPorte, and here comes their offense, led by the second-year starter and junior Aiden Penzel. And Jay, you already gave the stats, but they need him to step up. He missed a lot of wide-open throws last week. A lot of guys that were getting open, creating separation, and he just was not on target, which was a bit shocking. Last year, he showed some glimpses of being a really good quarterback for LaPorte these next 3 years after he beat out Drew Flores, who was a senior a season ago, forced him to be a signal caller. But let's see if he can step up today and take a step forward in the right direction as they face off against a good Valpo defense. They're in the shotgun. Right receiver, running back on the right hip. As a pitch to the outside, it's a trick play. They're going deep, and the Valpo Vikings had it smothered as Tice Morse, the hero last week who had the game-winning pick six, was all over the intended target, which was Joey Kirk.
Yeah, I think that looked like Keegan Hinkle with the pass right there. A little flip backwards, and LaPorte trying to come out, trying to sneak a quick one in there. No dice. Valparaiso was ready for it.
And why not? Hinkle, a rushing touchdown last week, has a kickoff return. Try to get that passing touchdown in there. They're still looking for their first of the season. Receiver in motion. And it's a handoff, and the Vikings are there. And the ball might be on the ground. There is a dog pile right by the 20-yard line. And do the Vikings get the ball? And this could be an early turnover.
Yep, they're waving it off. It is going to be third down, and it looks like 10 for the LaPorte Slicers. That looked like Reed Raymond from the tailback position just got smothered up. Looks like they're moving it back a couple yards. Looks like it's going to be third down and 12. Big play for the Slicers to get the conversion here.
LaPorte 2 sticks behind. Just gave Penzel the call. He's heading back to his huddle. And the Valpo defense has sniffed out the trick play to open it up. The run play up the middle with Reed Raymond, who fumbled the ball. Now they got to try and get 12 yards to convert a first down, or it could be a 3-and-out. They're going to pass. Penzel already has a defender in his face. High throw, and he gets lit up. Try to get it out by the numbers. It was a high throw, and Lucas Del Rio couldn't bring it in, and the Valpo Vikings have forced a 3-and-out.
Yeah, number 11, it looked like Braden Gagum out there on the hit. Boy, he lit him up. He went up for that catch and just hit him right in the chest. A good, solid, clean hit.
Well, you've been around a long time. When you send a message early and lay out a big hit stick like that, that sends a message to the opposing sideline. As here's the punt, and it's not a good one. Oh, wow, and it's taking the bad bounce. You got to get that ball.
LaPorte Slicers are just standing there watching it. Yeah, they need.
Wow. I've never seen a punt go negative yards before, Jay.
Well, now you have. Mark, check it off on your list of accomplishments.
My bucket list. They punted that from around the 10-yard line, and they're around the 12.
Well, they punted it from the line of scrimmage would have been the 18, and it is a negative 6-yard punt.
That is tough.
That's going to hurt somebody's average.
Hosick out of the gun. He's looking to his right. They're looking to throw. He completes the pass. A nice move and a fight, but they're going to be just short. Now it's completed to the tight end, Keegan Bagley. And Valpo is a yard away from scoring a touchdown just a few minutes into the game. We're at 10:41. Some substitutions.
It's going to be first down and goal for the Vikings. It looks like they got it marked at the 2-yard line.
Berta on the right hip of Hosick. And they're going to give it to Berter up the middle. He gets a drive, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. Just 2 plays from the line of scrimmage after a bad punt from LaPorte set them up. And the Vikings did not mess around. They went to their bell cow. Berta find the end zone again.
Yeah, Berta just went right over the left guard and just pushed his way in. Not much resistance from the Slicers right there. That left guard, DeAndre Price. 6'3", 320. I want to run behind him.
I do too. Put some work in there. He's even the guy that was out in front in that game-tying touchdown to set up Berta in the third quarter against Andrean a week ago.
The only time I don't want to be behind Price is when it's cafeteria style and we're at lunch.
Big guy who's determined, and the Valpo Vikings nailed the extra point, and it's 7-0. Just a minute 35 into this game, and Jay, the ugly start for LaPorte. And as you said, they got to try and keep this close in the first quarter. But sure enough, the Valpo Vikings capitalized on a mistake on that punt.
Yes, they did. It was a backwards punt. They're putting into about a 15-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the north. So LaPorte, just some bad timing right there to start the game.
We'll take a quick break as we get ready for Valpo to kick it back off to the Slicers. You're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. We are back live, and the Vikings are kicking off the ball at the low line drive, and the LaPorte Slicer are going to return it. Hay going out to his left. He cuts back, and there's a couple of Vikings there. A tackle being made by Ben Fedoracek. And the LaPorte Slicers will start their second drive from inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 19.
Yeah, they've got to get some momentum going here. They've got to overcome a bad special teams play, so let's see what they can do on drive number 2.
They lost 2 yards on offense, and then, as Jay mentioned, a negative 6-yard punt. It hit the ground not too far away from the line of scrimmage. It went the opposite direction. Valpo capitalized. That's what good teams do. They scored on 2 plays. Under center is Penzel. And it's going to be a handoff to Raymond Reed. He shakes off an arm tackle. Still driving the legs, but the Vikings are all over it. That's a gain of about a yard, and the Slicers have moved up to the 20.
Yeah, they tried a little cutback play right there. Center blocked down, right guard kicked out, and then he tried to bounce it back inside right there, and no dice, got 1 yard on the play.
Well, as you mentioned, the Valpo Vikings front 7, they are a tough bunch, especially for Cameron Waldron, 6'5 senior, weighs 225. He's huge, he's quick, and he can bench a lot more than I can.
They're not overly sized, but they are very quick and very aggressive on that defensive front.
Looks like a stretch play to the far sideline, and Raymond is rumbling, and he's going to get himself a first down.
Yeah, I was going to say, nice job bouncing it to the outside. They sealed the inside right there with the tight end, and he did a great job reading where the opening was.
Reed Raymond ran for 91 yards on 16 carries last week. He was a bright spot in their offense as he averaged 5.7 yards per carry. Let's see if they give him more touches today against Valpo, especially after he gained the first down for LaPorte. And that is a 4-season first down. It's a screen play to the outside. We're going towards the sideline. Got a nice block, and Henkel is going to go out around the 37-yard line. A few yards there, about 5. And that's a good game, good chunk play.
Yes, it is. And right there, now all of a sudden it's 2nd and 4. Now you've got the playbook wide open. You can run, pass, whatever you want. And you can see all of a sudden LaPorte is starting to find themselves. They're stretching the defense from sideline to sideline, trying to find little weaknesses here and there to exploit.
And they're not afraid also to fake a screen and go deep. They tried to run that a few times against Lowell, and it would have worked. Just some missed throws by Penzel. See if he can give him a layup that can get him in the right rhythm. And it's a misdirection play as they hand it off to the tight end who was lined up just behind the left tackle, and that's Lucas Del Rio. And that's the one thing you notice about this LaPorte offense. Actually, there's a flag on the play. And we'll see what the call is. Face mask on Valpo. But I didn't see personal foul, so is that only going to be 5?
If they don't signal personal foul, then it is the 5-yard nature. But that will give them the 4 seasons first down.
Costly mistake by Valpo as LaPorte has gotten 2 first downs.
That's 4 seasons mechanical in Maryville.
Brings up first and 10 for the Slicers.
LaPorte moving the ball down the field. They have made their way to the 43-yard line on their own side of the territory. They go under center, and it's going to be a quick pass. Actually, they're going deep. Does he have a man? No. They tried to go for a quick shot to Van Warner, but the Vikings were there, and it went out of bounds. But, hey, not a bad decision there by the Slicers.
Yeah, right there. Now you stretched them from sideline to sideline. Now stretch them down the field. Get them thinking a little bit. Some good play calling by the Slicers coaching staff.
We'll say that the line headed up there. That was a big problem for LaPorte last week. Is that Lowell would bring the blitz, and LaPorte would struggle with it. They're going to go under center again. Tight end to the left, and there's a handoff to Raymond. Another stretch play. Raymond stops on a dime, moves upfield, and some dirty laundry is being flown in from the back judge. And we'll see what the call is. It's in the area of holding.
Yeah, definitely, and it was right at the point of attack, so that's generally where they're going to call that.
And that's exactly what they called, a 10-yard penalty on LaPorte.
So that'll be a spot foul from wherever it occurred. So it looks like it'll be 2nd down and 18.
Oof. Well, LaPorte moving down the field, got himself a nice run from Raymond, but you can mark off the rushing yards for him and push him back 10 yards. And well, let's see if LaPorte can go deep into their playbook and gain themselves a first down. They're currently down 7-0 with less than 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. They're going to go from the pistol formation. Penzel rolling to his right, looking for a man. He's got pressure on his face, and he's just going to throw it out of bounds. A smart decision by the junior, but nothing opened up as this secondary also is pretty good for Valpo, especially when you have those twins in the Morris twins.
Yeah, they did a nice job covering downfield, but really where the pressure came from was Cameron Walden. He was able to get upfield and forced Penzel to go deeper and deeper into the backfield. When you're rolling out like that, what you like to do is get and attack the line of scrimmage so that way you get some momentum behind your throw, and Walden gave him no room to move.
Well, the LaPorte Slicers have been trying to attack the wide part of the field, and the Vikings are making the adjustments. It is 3rd and forever for LaPorte, and the play clock just ran out. Did LaPorte burn a timeout?
Yes, they did.
And we will take a quick break. As they take a timeout, we'll take one with them. We'll be right back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tech Checking Plus from Tech Credit Union offers everything you'd expect from a checking account. Plus, you'll earn one of their best dividend rates for maintaining a higher account balance. Currently, 4.85% annual percentage yield. No need to choose between easy access to funds or earning a better dividend. Tech Checking Plus gives you both. Visit techcu.org. Contact any branch or call 800-276-8324 to learn more. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Rates may change without notice.
We are back here from Valparaiso High School. Andrew Mile with Jay Simmons here on the call. And LaPorte just had to use their first timeout. And let's see if they drew up a play where they can get a good chunk of change and maybe go for it on fourth down. This is a big game for them. They're 0-2 to start the year, and conference play is starting today. Pinzel gets the snap. He's going to step up, and he's going to get brought down. Cameron Aspel is there. And he gets his first sack of the season.
Yeah, nice job by that whole front. Larry McDougall came from the left side, made him step up, and then number 92, Cameron, is it Aspel?
Yes.
Came up and cleaned up the pile right there. And you could see Penzel was, trying to look down the field, and he just held on to the ball a little bit too long. Once he felt that initial pressure, he should have taken off. Now it's going to be fourth down and about 20.
Kelly Hay is punting again. Let's see if this is a better one. And there you go. That's a perfect spiral. But it's right at a Viking return man. That is Julian Stokes. There's some flags flying in. So wherever Stokes is going to go, there's a good chance it's going to get pushed back anyway. 2 flags flew in.
Well, it looks like there was a blocking it back right at the 40-yard line, so that's probably going to take it back to probably roughly about the 25-yard line.
Well, I think my favorite part of that is seeing the Vikings blockers immediately look at the referee saying, I didn't do it. But, yeah, another one that caught him in the act. So 2 flags means you probably did it.
Yes. Two different officials see it. Yes, it is going to be a penalty.
Well, the Vikings got to start their last drive on the 12-yard line of the LaPorte Slicers. They're going to have to work a little bit harder if they want to score another touchdown. They are starting on their own 31. So they got to try and go 69 yards if they want to double up the LaPorte Slicers here in the first quarter.
Yeah, only a 10-yard penalty. My mistake.
31-yard line.
We'll forgive you.
I appreciate it.
From the gun is Hosick, and it's a fake handoff. Bad throw, and they're going to get him for pass interference. It was a good read by the cornerback. He was there, but he got there a little bit too early.
Yeah, number 6 for the Slicers right there. To me, it looked like all he did was put his hand out and block the pass, but the official right on top of the play thought there was some contact, and they're going to call the pass interference, 15-yard penalty.
I think that might have been Zaire Harmon for LaPorte on that far side of the field that's going to be penalized for the pass interference, and the Vikings are getting moved up now to their own 46. They're about midfield. This is where LaPorte was before they sold out on their own side of the field. Some switching going around as the Vikings are going to keep the ball on the ground with Berta, and Berta is going to be dragged down from behind. And the first slicer there was Dawson Shreve. And what a talented free safety he has been for the Slicers. He walks in with now 15 tackles on the season.
So to me, what that means is if you're walking that free safety up to the line of scrimmage, you are selling out to stop the run.
Gave just a couple, and another handoff to Berta, but he's not going anywhere. Immediately brought down by Trey Bechtel. And the Valpo Vikings are on a third down from their own 49-yard line.
They are blitzing guys off the edge left and right out here, and they're catching Valpo in the backfield.
Vikings electing to not use a huddle here. Bit of a no huddle with them being so close to their own sideline. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's a Hosick rollout to the right, flag down on the ground, the throw, and it's intercepted! LaPorte brings it down! But let's see what that flag is going to be.
It's going to be a holding call. It was right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a holding call in the backfield as Keelan Hosick was trying to roll out.
Jack Borelli, the 6'1 junior, makes the interception. Yeah, you're going to decline that. And the Slicers get a huge turnover.
Well, what a great catch. Completely extended, reached all the way up, broke on the ball better than the receiver did, and made a great catch.
Jack Borelli has been a stud. He has an offer to Loras College. He was all-conference linebacker a year ago when he was a sophomore. So he's only getting better. And he makes an athletic play. They have LaPorte some momentum here as they start at around the 40-yard line. They go under center. And here's a handoff to Raymond. Raymond tries to go outside, but the Vikings defense was there to secure him as Brody Wheeler came up from his linebacker spot, and the Slicers are lucky they got 1 yard on that play.
Yeah, Brody Wheeler did a nice job not actually doing the horse collar. He was going to reach up from behind and then just grabbed his shirt from around the waist area and pulled him down. But a nice job not getting that horse collar flag.
Wheeler second on the team in tackles, only behind Nick Fry, the sophomore. They haven't said his name yet.
Yeah, again, LaPorte trying to stretch the field from sideline to sideline.
Utilize their speed. And there is another handoff to a fullback. That looks like it's going to be Lucas Del Rio again.
Did it not look like half of the offensive line took off?
I was half prepared to call the play, half prepared to say, oh, well, that's a false start. But one of those odd situations where everyone goes and the referees are, you know what, we'll just let them play. Yeah, and I appreciate that.
Play on.
You saw a lot of dirty laundry last week when Valpo was here against Andrean. It's third down and about 5 to go. LaPorte needs to get to the 50. They go under center, stack the left side. Penzel, it's going to be a screen play, high throw, and that's a bad throw. They're trying to get it to Keegan Hinkle, the senior, who has been electrifying for them this year. Had a rushing touchdown last week, a kickoff return, and the first kickoff of the year against New Prairie. And once again, LaPorte is going to have to punt.
For a second, everybody sort of froze and thought that was a backwards pass, but the officials right on top of the call waved it off as an incomplete pass.
But that's a layup play right there, and that's going to hurt Penzel and his confidence. But there was a time in that game last week where he really settled in and was making some easy throws until that pick six that would seal the deal for Lowell. Here's another punt. There was a man there, but they're able to get it away. Berta with a nice kick as it's rolling in the right direction for LaPorte, and they're going to touch it around the 24-yard line. And here we go. Valpo taking the field once again after they made a turnover, but again, LaPorte's offense has been struggling. The Vikings' defense is going to be tough. If Valpo can go up by 2 possessions, is that going to be the end for the Slicers, Jay?
You know what? Their defense has been playing really well right now. LaPorte team, they have been blitzing and bringing an extra man up into the box. So they've got a game plan like we talked about at the beginning of the game, where they're gonna sell out and try and stop the run.
Valpo on offense, and it's a pitch play to Berta. Berta gets a good block. He breaks a tackle and he gets pushed out of bounds. And it looks like he could be good enough for a first down, and it is. And that is a 4 seasons first down. Your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist.
Yep, that's 4 season mechanical. Yep, nice job right there. Berta getting hit right at the line of scrimmage, bouncing off of the defender and picking up 10 yards.
We call that rack. Run after contact. And he does it better than anyone. They're going to go to him again, and it's another good amount of yards. After a first down, they get up to the 40-yard line for a gain of 5. And here we go. Thomas Berta, he's getting some good blocks, and he's reading the defense really well.
Yeah, he can find that opening, and when he gets into that opening, he really explodes. That was number 31, Carlos Calderon, on the tackle.
Berta, back-to-back 170-yard games. He's second in the region in rushing. They're going to stretch it out, but the Slicers were there. And a good tackle from their secondary. Dawson Shreve again. This guy is everywhere right now.
Well, and what a great job coming up from the free safety position. He's starting to snap at the ball. He's about 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. He read that perfectly and came up and held Berta to just 1 yard. So it's going to be third down and looks like about 4.
Looks like he has the green light to go wherever he wants. Dawson Shreve making some big plays. The Vikings, shocker, They go to Berta. Berta breaks a tackle, and he's just short of a first down. But I got to wonder here, Jay, are the Vikings going to go for it here? As this is 4-down territory, and they've been. And
here they go. They're running up to the line of scrimmage under center.
They're going to go quick. It's a QB sneak, maybe a bit of that Philadelphia Eagles tush push, and it's good enough for a Four Seasons first down.
Yeah, nice job, Valparaiso. Getting up to the ball quickly, getting that good push, and getting that first down. Looks like they gained about a yard on that play.
We got a game here, got a game down in Brazil between the Eagles and the Packers, but I would swear that I'm watching the Eagles after that tush push there as they got behind Hosek and pushed them for that yard to gain that they needed to get another Four Seasons first down. Some motioning going on. Stokes, the closest ones to us here, and they're going to drop into a zone coverage. Some pressure there, and a wild throw by Hosek. He tried to step up. Didn't look like his feet were planted firmly into the ground. He let that one go, and he couldn't hook up with Damari Gordon. It's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Lucas Del Rio from his defensive end position was able to get up far enough upfield, put his left hand out, and just nipped Hosek's arm as he was trying to throw that ball.
Lucas Del Rio, he's a tough kid. Not only they've been trying to play him at tight end, give him some carries, but he has 2 sacks on the year. He had a sack last week, almost got his 3rd one right there from the shotgun, and it's a handoff, and he breaks, goes spin, move, keeps the legs turning, and gets to the 50. Thomas Berta made it look easy. That kid is as tough as they get when he gets the football.
Yeah, nice little spin move. He got hit at the initial line of scrimmage, spun out of it, and then was able to pick up 4 or 5 yards. Like you talked about that rack, after a couple hits, he was able to get 5.
Hit that B button, get the spin going. I know for me, I spam it. It looked like Berta was there. Berta on the left hip of Hosek, his quarterback. They're electing the pass. Here comes the pressure. Hosek steps up, and they have him corralled as a bunch of slicers are there to send him right into the ground. And the LaPorte Slicers with some good coverage down the field that led to a sack and a big 3rd down play.
Yeah, Hosek, he refused to go down, and then all of a sudden a couple slicers came in and really delivered some shots to him.
It was hard to tell who was the first one to Hosek.
But it was a good team effort right there by the Slicers defense.
Swarm of slicers there. It's 4th down, and the Vikings are going to have to punt for the first time today. End over end punt. Good roll. Going close to the end zone, and the Vikings couldn't hold on to it. Oh, that is a tough break for Valpo. It was a great kick, and Sam Thorgren was there, but he couldn't bring it in, so it goes into the end zone, and that is a touchback.
Well, that would have been a bit of a game, at least an initial game changer right there if he would have been able to corral that ball inside the 5-yard line. Valparaiso defense, which has been stunned so far, would have been able just to bring the house almost every play and force either a short punt formation or a turnover or safety of some type.
We are less than a minute to go here in the first quarter. Andrew Mile with Jay Simmons. We're at Valparaiso High School for week 3 and the opening game of conference play in the Doolin Athletic Conference. One of the best conferences in this part of the state. Valpo LaPorte out on the field now. LaPorte is on offense, Valpo on defense. Aiden Penzel's out there. They stack the right side. Running back behind him is I formation. And here's a nice sort of a bully run up the middle by Trey Bechtel. And that's about 4 or 5 yards for LaPorte.
That's the first time LaPorte's gotten some positive yards in between the tackles all night tonight. But great job by that offensive line.
Bethel on 82 carries for 185 yards last year. He gets the tote there. And right now the game clock and the play clock are separated by 1 second. LaPorte can get this play off to close out the first quarter. And when we'll take a break and they come right back afterwards. I formation. They put Raymond in motion, and a nice move there by Penzel. He falls forward, and he gets about 1 yard, and we see a couple of zeros up on the board as the first quarter has come to a close, and it's been a story of defense. The Vikings score on their opening drive, nothing else since then, and we'll come back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town, with a third down play for the LaPorte Slicers.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit HoseConnectionsInc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
We are back here at the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. It is a beautiful night. The sun has set. The lights are on. These are Friday night lights. We have ourselves a good crowd and a good game. After one, it's 7-0 Valpo, the host team. LaPorte trying to get a first down. It's about 3rd and 3. Hand off to Raymond up the middle. Raymond still gets the legs churning. He has himself a first down, and that is brought to you by Four Seasons Medicinal or Mechanical in Maryville. For Northwest Indiana Heating and Air Conditioning Specialists.
Yeah, nice job right there by the Slicers coming out to start the second quarter and getting a great push and getting that first down. Boy, they need some more first downs just to settle their defense down just a little bit.
Raymond, a 6-foot sophomore. He has some impressive runs. The Slicers recognizing that in film, giving him some more totes today, and that's been paying off. He's gotten them a couple of first downs here in the first half. They stack the right side is a counter play. Raymond going to get brought down by a couple of Vikings. And that was a very aggressive tackle by Evan Courtney.
I think LaPorte got ahead of their skis a little bit on that play. They got a couple nice plays in between the tackles, but they've gotten away from going sideline to sideline. And they thought, boy, all of a sudden, hey, we got some momentum. Let's pound the ball a little bit inside. And they paid the price right there for a 3-yard loss.
2nd and 13. They're close to the 35-yard line. They're between the 32 and the 33. And a pitch play. Raymond going to his left. Good block there. Cuts it upfield. Gets to around the original line of scrimmage before that 3-yard loss, as they're around their own 35-yard line. About 3rd and 11 coming up here for LaPorte. Already converted a third down to start off this quarter, but do they have something in them to get 12 yards?
Well, they're really right back where they started after the first play of the quarter.
Yeah. The Vikings have had some tackle for losses already, bringing the pressure to LaPorte. Wearing those brand new uniforms. I like them.
Yep.
Vikings wearing their green ones with the black pants. Also a very nice look. A classic look. They're going to pass. Penzel. Pressure. And he's getting swung around. And that is a huge sack. And it's Cameron Asbell again. His second sack today.
And like I talked about earlier, LaPorte cannot sit back in the pocket and hold the ball and think they can throw 5-step drops where the guys are running 10, 15 yards downfield. They've got to get rid of that ball quickly. The Valparaiso pass rush is just too good.
Forrest Twins and Jaden Jansma. Some really good guys. As we have a scoreboard update.
After this
by Strack and Van Til. Strack and Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. There's the punt, and it's going to hit out around the 45-yard line in Valpo territory. Jay, what do you got for us?
All right, here we go. Andrean, all these scores are in the first quarter. Andrean 7, Kankakee Valley 0, Boone Grove Westside 0. You've got let's keep Calumet 6, East Chicago 0. In the number 1 and 2 in the RSN polls, you've got Maryville 7, Crown Point 6.
Ooh, wow.
Hammond Central 6, Griffith 0. We've got Hanover Central 14, Highland 0. We'll get some more scores after this play.
Bird on the right hip of Hosick. Receiver in motion. They drop it off to Stokes. Stokes on a touch pass. Breaks a tackle, and he's in a fight there, and he finally goes down, but that is another first down, and brought to you by Four Seasons. And that was a nice play, kind of changing it up on the Vikings there, and getting it to Julian Stokes.
Yeah, Stokes did a great job getting to the outside. Let's continue with some more of those scores. We got Lake Central Portage knotted up at 0. West Lafayette 21. Lowell 0. Michigan City Chesterton knotted up at 0. Tippecanoe Valley 14. Morton Governors 10. And Wheeler River Forest knotted up at 0. And Whiting and Bishop Knoll knotted up at 0.
A lot of games going on this Friday night. Even got some NFL football, as we said. And there's another handoff to Stokes. Man, misdirection. He has a lane. Stokes to the 15, the 10, the 5, and he gets brought down within the 5. A good recovery tackle. But Julian Stokes was an impressive run, rumbling just outside the goal line.
That's a big change of gears right there, because Berta's sort of that ground and pound guy, and Stokes just hit the hole and exploded for about a 35-yard gain right there.
Looked like Kelly Hayes is the one that saved the touchdown. And it looks like they go to Berta again. Berta gets mad. He's still charging the legs. And did he get in? He did! Berta with his second touchdown of the game. And the Vikings go up 13-0. Lucas Del Rio could not win that battle with Berta, as Berta drug him along for a couple more yards. And the Vikings double their total here.
Yeah, Berta 5'10", 210. Just such a great low center of gravity, and his feet, if you saw that play, his feet never stopped moving until he crossed the goal line.
The Vikings trying to make it 14-0 here in the second quarter with 8:22 to go in the first half of play here. The snap, the hold, the kick, and it's right through the uprights into the Valpo band. And the Vikings will celebrate as they get a crucial touchdown. They have a 2-possession lead. We will take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
We are back for another Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Thank you for tuning in here on the Region Sports Network. We're happy to have you. We're on Facebook.com/Region Sports, RSN YouTube, RegionSports.com, and IHSAA.TV.org. Here is the kickoff, and they're going to kick it off to Henkel, who already has a return this year, and he's going to get it past around the 25 is where he was stopped. And the Slicers, well, they need to respond here, Jay. They're down 14-0, and it really looks like Valpo went deeper into their playbook on their last drive.
Yeah, and it's like a change of gears, because you got Berta, who's just like smash mouth, and all of a sudden you throw Julian Stokes in there, and it's just like an explosion right through that line. And Stokes, once he gets past that initial line, he turns on that second level jet, and he just exploded for about a 30-yard gain right there, got tackled at the 3 or 4 yard line. And then, of course, the ground and pound guy gets the touchdown. Come on, give it to the guy that got you there, will you?
Under center. Starting at the 25, a handoff to Raymond, and Raymond gets a couple of yards. Tackle there for Larry McDougal from the defensive line, and they got about a yard and a half there.
And I'm getting kind of hungry, so I figured I might as well throw this read in here. For piping hot pizza delivered right to your door, call Squeegee's Pizza of Griffith. Squeegee's is located at 106 South Broad Street in Griffith. Give them a call at 219-924-6000. Pickup or delivery. It's Squeegee's Pizza, the best abroad.
I may have to go there after the game. I never had Squeegee's before, but then
good.
again, I don't live in Griffith.
Yeah, I live a couple blocks from there. It's great pizza.
It's a boom.
Yes, it is.
Handoff to the outside. Hinkle is going to have to go back to where he started as a flag flew in, and it was an easy one for the referee who tossed it in underhand because it was a block in the back. I think everyone could have called that one.
That was on number 9 for the LaPorte Slicers.
So then Lucas Del Rio.
Yeah, he's used to tackling people from his defensive end position. And he thought he was on defense. He had a little flashback there for.
Well, the thing was, it looked like he bumped the player, put his hands out, but the referee got him on it.
He didn't do a lot of holding, but his hands were out from the center of his body. And when you see those hands out like that as an official, that's a layup right there for those guys.
Well, that's the same referee who called the pass interference earlier. He did the same thing, just tossed it underhand. Going, that's pretty easy for me. Thanks. Making me look smart out here, making the right call and everything. They're going to spread out the offense here. And with a few seconds left on the play clock, they're going to use their second timeout of the half. The LaPorte Slicers sending everyone to their respective sidelines. And with that, we'll take a timeout with them. The Valpo Vikings are leading 14-0 here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Value Flooring in Valparaiso is a family-owned business with over 20-plus years in the industry. Located at 708 Silhavy Road, Value Flooring is open Monday through Saturday, offering a wide selection of flooring options and installation. With knowledge and experience, Value Flooring can also assist customers on a personal level by coordinating colors and by selecting the right products for their lifestyles. The number to call is 548-2705, and the website is valueflooringonline.com.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit baclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
We are back, and Penzel completed a pass to Raymond on a screenplay. They got past the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be about 3rd and 12 to go. They're close. And don't forget, after the second half ends, connecting the first half and the second half of tonight's game, it's the Hose Connections halftime report presented by Hose Connections, proven under pressure. Which Valpo's been proven under pressure all night here defensively. They have looked magnificent, especially the secondary.
Yeah, they've been putting the pressure on the quarterback for LaPorte.
Well, they're going to burn a timeout. That's the third one for the LaPorte Slicers. They'll have no more in this first half. And don't forget to visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, Instagram, and Region Sports Network YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10, presented by Nennegenberg Exteriors. Nennegenberg Exteriors, you can find them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. And just looks like maybe that noise would get into LaPorte there, forcing them to take that third timeout after it is calm one.
You talk about that Annenberg top 10. You've got Maryville 7, Crown Point 6 in the middle of the second quarter, so their game is keeping pace with ours in terms of time. They have that's a big game, and this one's another big game in the Doolin Conference. Right here, you've got Valparaiso 14, LaPorte 0.
Trips formation to the left Receiver going in motion, that's Raymond. And they're going to air it out there. And it's a good throw and a good catch, but he was out of bounds. Looked like they tried to get it to Van Warner, but the Valpo Vikings force an incompletion, and the Slicer is going to punt on 4th down.
Yeah, Van Warner did a great job adjusting to the ball. Looked over his shoulder, but didn't have a feel for where the sideline was. Caught the ball well out of bounds. When you're running a fade pattern like that as a receiver, you got to work your way back to the middle of the field and then fade it out at the end, trying to snap.
Boy, it's dropped, and he's just fighting for his life here. Ball gets tipped, and it is side spinning, and a bit of a campfire next to the 24-yard line, and that is brutal as Kelly Hay, the punter for LaPorte, who had a -6 punt to start off the game today, dropped the ball, fought for his life, kicked the ball away, got tipped, and once again, it's a special teams mistake for LaPorte that might cost them.
Yeah, it looked like to me he had enough time once he picked it up, if he'd have just kicked it right away, but he froze for a second, looked around, and then all of a sudden the Valpo Vikings punt rushers got to him, and at that point you just tuck it and run.
The Vikings on offense, starting on the LaPorte 24. Just came off their second scoring drive of the game. A handoff to Berta. Berta went to his right, and there's a lot of orange helmets there.
Great job.
Bring him down.
Yeah, great job gang tackling by the defense of LaPorte Slicer. Don't forget tonight, Lango's Pizza has been your favorite pizza since 1979. Serving Northwest Indiana, 3 locations, Highland, Cherville, and Crown Point. Enjoy pizza, sandwiches, and more. Dine in or carry out. Order online at langospizza.com. Lango's Pizza, the official pizza of the Region Sports Network.
Receiver in motion, and it's another handoff to Berta. Berta gets a seam. He's going for the end zone, but he is tackled at around the 10-yard line. And yet again, we find ourselves having a first down, which is brought to you by Four Seasons.
Yeah, nice job, Berta. Again, after that initial hit, picks up 15 yards on the play. Boy, his feet just never stop going.
He has been incredibly impressive today. He's been patient. He's been physical. And he's helping out the Vikings as they try to go up 3 scores on the Slicers here. Fake. It's a throw to the outside of the screen, and that's going to pay off for the Vikings. Another Vikings touchdown. Damari Gordon goes into the end zone, and it's 20-0 for the Green Caps.
Yeah, nice job, Damari Gordon, waiting for the ball, and then once he caught it, he sort of took a half a step to the inside, then bounced it around to the outside, set up his blocker nicely, and was able to get those 15 yards untouched.
That's what we said in the pregame show, Jay. If you take away that run game, you kind of hurt Valpo's plan. But now that the run game is going, that's going to open up their pass game. Play action, suck everyone inside, go to the outside, one good block, and it leads to the Vikings scoring their 3rd touchdown, and they nail an extra point. We will take a quick break once again as the Vikings have a commanding lead of 21-0 with 5:16 to go.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika Contractors and Electrical Workers of Local 531.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics, wants to reward you for everyday banking. CU1's high-yield checking offers the opportunity to earn up to 5.25% APY when you make qualifying transactions each month. No monthly fees and no minimum or opening balance required. Plus, you'll be able to bank anytime and anywhere with 24/7 digital and mobile banking. Start making more of your money with Credit Union One. Open an account at cu1.com/high-yield checking.
We're back here on the Region Sports Network. Andrew Mild and Jay Simmons on the call. We're having ourselves a great time. We've seen some really good football tonight, and the Vikings just scored for the third time. They lead 21-0. And here's the kickoff. And it's going to be returned. Going to the outside. Gets a block. Still going to the outside. Still sprinting. Henkel up the sidelines. And that is a mighty nice return as he gets it out across the 40-yard line. And that kickoff is brought to you by Quintal. Quintal Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994.
Yeah, nice job. He must have ran 70 yards on that play. I think he started over here by the numbers at the bottom of the screen, went all the way across the field, which is 50 yards, and then another 15, 20 yards up the field. So if you had one of those little charts on it like they have in the NFL that shows how many yards the guy ran, it would have been about 70.
Would you be surprised if I told you he was in the 4x100 and 100-meter sprint when he is running track for the Slicers in the spring?
No, I would not be surprised.
Under center. And here's a handoff to Raymond up the middle. And Reed Raymond gets a good amount of yards. Looks like about 7 to 6 yards. And that's what the Slicers need. They want to try and close out this first half by at least getting a scoring play and cutting into this Vikings lead. Because right now, 21-0 does not look too good for a team that's averaging less than 7 points a game.
Yeah, to run him right over number 63, Cade Kinkle, 6'3", 260, getting a good push, and Matt Swider, the right guard, at 5'9", 220. Short but stout, man.
Short but stout. Call that a low center of gravity.
Yes.
Hard to get around them. They're going to go under center again. I formation. Raymond gets a cut, and he gets himself a first down.
Hold on. Let's see. They're marking it right at the first down. Let's see if they give it to him. Oh, yes, they do. The officials wave it on.
That first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. Slicers getting themselves another first down, and the clock stops for the moment. And there it goes. We're at around 4:20 to go here in the first half. Vikings 21, LaPorte trying to find the scoreboard. They scored an offensive touchdown last week. It was their first offensive touchdown since a season ago, about 5 games ago. Raymond getting a third straight carry. Not much there for him, as a ship full of Vikings was there. And, yeah, they're saying they got the ball, but looks like the referees are saying he was down as the ball came out.
Yep, they're pointing down to the ground, so that's going to say LaPorte ball, second down and about 8 on the play, second down and 8 to go.
You ever have that as a referee in middle school where the ball pops out, their guy goes down, and they're yelling, "It's our ball, it's our ball!" And you walk in and you're saying, "Hey, he was clearly down. Why are we even having this discussion?" I've always wondered that with referees.
It happens all the time.
Penzel under center. Receiver going in motions. Henkel. It's a slant route. Bow for the ball. And did he bring that one in? He did. What a catch. That looked like it was Van Warner running the slant. And it paid off as it moves the Slicers.
It's going to be 3rd down and 1. But, yeah, Van Warner, what a great catch. He had a Viking draped all over him, extended his hands up, great hands catch, and brought it in, was able to sustain the ball in his body once he took the hit.
The Slicers are on the Vikings 45. Just a few times tonight they have entered Viking territory. Under 3 minutes to go, Penzel with a nice throw on the slant route to move them up to a 3rd and short. Let's see if they can get it here. Look like they might go to another power play, but no, it's going to be a rollout. Penzel is going to get slammed to the turf. What a sack! And that looked like it was painful, but Jay, I see a flag out there by the 45-yard line.
It might have been maybe a horse collar. It looked like it was number 90 or 91, maybe 90 for the Vikings. That's Lucas Patterson on the tackle. Maybe did he get him horse collar? We'll have to see what the officials call here.
Penzel's been getting beat up tonight. Illegal formation on LaPorte. Yeah, you're going to turn that one down. Why are you going to wipe away the sack from Lucas Peterson?
I just want to know what play call was that. I mean, that's the type of call where You got a great drive as the LaPorte Slicers did, grinding and pounding, making a few nice catches here and there. You had 3rd and 1, and you run a bootleg? I just don't get that call.
Especially when you have Reed Raymond, who I felt was going to get the ball right there. And he's been running the ball really impressive. He's been getting about 2 or 3 yards. That's all you needed.
Even a quarterback sneak right there would have been fine with me.
A little bit of a tush push.
Yep.
Well, instead, LaPorte is going to have to punt on 4th and 7 with 2:16 to go. It's a fake! Flags flying all over the place as Hay is trying to get it to a first down marker. Now I got to wonder if the Slicers were even set.
We do have flags on the play.
That might have been either illegal formation, offsides, not set, who knows.
Either way, you got to feel like it's going to be declined as the Vikings offense is on the field with 2:08 to go. Yep, back-to-back illegal formations on LaPorte. That one will be declined. And the Valpo Vikings, let's see, Jay, can they make it 28-0 to close out the first half? You're on this Veterans Night. A lot of veterans here in attendance.
Yeah, the way the Vikings offense has been going, everything they've thrown at the wall has stuck, and just have to see what they're going to come up with next.
All 3 timeouts available. They go to Berta, and he's going to get stuck at the line of scrimmage. And the first slicer there that wrapped him up was R.J. Carnes. That kid, one of the best linebackers you're going to find in the DAC.
Yeah, it looked like he was in the huddle because him and Berta almost got the handoff together.
Carnes, the middle linebacker, shot back there, brought down one of the better running backs you're going to find in Berta. He's already scored a couple of touchdowns here tonight. They put Berta in motion. They're going to go to him on the outside. He gets a block. He cuts it upfield. And that is a good chunk play as it's going to make it about 3rd and 2. About a 9-yard gain for Valpo.
Yeah, it looks like the Vikings are going to take a timeout.
We'll take a quick timeout as the Vikings are 21-0. 3rd and 2 coming up after this break here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
We are back live with 1:19 to go. And if you're tuning into this game, I'm wondering what's going on around the region with other games. Don't forget to follow all of tonight's region football scores live on the Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard, streaming on youtube.com/regionsports, facebook.com/regionsports, and regionsports.com. Strack and Van Til. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strackandvantil.com. And then don't forget, we also have the Hose Connections halftime show that connects the first half and the second half as they are proven under pressure. It's a flip to Berta. Berta pushing up, and did he get the first down? It's going to be awfully close, Jay.
Yeah, nice job right there by Hosey to read that defensive end and then pitch it as soon as he committed to him, and it looks like he did get the first down, and the clock stops as Berta went out of bounds. So Valparaiso with 1:14 left in the first half. See if they can punch in a score.
That first down is brought to you by Former Seasons Mechanical in Maryville after that speed option. 3 receivers to the right, or to the left, 1 to the right. Valpo going to take the air out of the football. Plenty of time. Throw across the middle, and it's brought down. What a catch by Keegan Begley, the tight end. We had 3 receptions for 28 yards, and that was a couple today.
Yeah, Bagley was getting hit right as he got the ball, and Valparaiso spikes it. It's going to stop the clock. But what a great catch, fighting through the contact, maintained concentration, and was able to come up with it.
Yeah, hit by 2 slicers simultaneously as bringing in the pigskin from Kellen Hosick, his QB, that he held on to. But not only that, but shedded 2 slicers off of him. He is a 6'3", 200-pound tight end. He is as stout as they come. Receiver moving in motion, that's Stokes, who had a 30-yard run earlier. He stops, they're going to run a route. They're going to go over to Begley again, and Begley is inside the 10-yard line, and the Vikings are knocking on the door of their 4th touchdown. We're under a minute to go here, and they're hurrying up.
Yeah, the clock stops as soon as they set the chains, and it looks like we're going to
check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/RegionSportsNation, or on Instagram. The electrifying plays presented by IBEW Local 697, the electrical professionals.
And we got a couple candidates for that one right there. Keegan Begley with a couple nice catches right there. We also got Julian Stokes with a 35-yard run to take the ball down to the 3 or 4 yard line. Yeah, Brandon Stokes, he runs those 3 or 4 yard touchdown plays. He ain't even close to getting on that in those electrifying plays. And don't forget also, he could be the Crown Lantern Man superhero of tonight's game. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be naming the Crown Lantern Man superhero of the game. They have offices open from 9 to 7, Monday through Friday, Saturday till 2, Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
The Vikings have a 1st and goal from the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to throw it once again. Tucking it is running is Hosick, and Hosick's going to stroll into the end zone. Touchdown, Valparaiso, and they go up by 4 scores.
Hosick, nice job, nice composure, sat in the pocket, felt a little pressure, slid his feet over to the left a little bit, then all of a sudden stepped up. Nobody's still open, took the ball and ran for a touchdown. The 4-yard touchdown run for Keelan Hosick. That is his, I want to say I got him down as 3 touchdowns on the season. Is that right?
Snap is up and good on the kick.
Oh, you know what that is? Throwing touchdowns before tonight's game. So,
yeah, I'm not seeing any rushing touchdowns I may have marked off, but we are going to take a quick break. We have under a minute to go here on Valparaiso High School. Vikings up 28-0.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
We are back as the Vikings are looking to kick it off once again. And this is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling job of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Back to return is Henkel and Hay.
Yeah, we were talking about it in the break. That is Keelan Hosick's first running touchdown of the season.
It was a ground ball punt, or I should say kickoff, to Jack Borelli, who returned it. And they're about midfield with 47.7 seconds left. What's key to note here is LaPorte has no timeouts. They had to burn back-to-back after just one play. And the Vikings have all 3. They're going to start at the 41. And don't forget, we have the halftime show right after this, talking about this game. And, of course, talking about all the other games around the region tonight. And the halftime show is brought to you by Hose Connections. Proven under pressure. Let's see if the Vikings can apply more pressure on the Slicers, or if the Slicers can land one haymaker before this first half closes out. Handoff up the middle, Raymond rumbling, and there's a ship full of Vikings going to bring him down about a 3-yard gain. But you got to remember, Jay, on that last drive, it was 3rd and 1 for the Slicers, and they could have easily done that.
Exactly. A little confused on the play call. Looks like they're going to be happy just to go in at halftime.
They have to run one more play as the play clock is outrunning the game clock right now by just maybe a millisecond.
Yes.
It's hard to tell the difference. I formation, 2 receivers to the left. Looks like it's just going to be at least one more run play, and it is, as they hand it off to their usual D lineman and Lucas Del Rio, then serving as a tight end. And that is going to do it here on the first half. And connecting the first half and the second half of tonight's game is the Hose Connections halftime report presented by Hose Connections, proven under pressure. The Valpo Vikings commanding this game after one half. They were up 28-0. We'll take a quick break and then return to discuss this game, give you a scoreboard update around the region, as it'll be the Hose Connections halftime show. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowell Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at forajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit HoseConnectionsInc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
It is halftime. And you're watching the Hose Connections Halftime Report, brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hoseconnectionsincorporated.com. Hose Connections, proven under pressure. Andrew Mile with Jay Simmons. And Jay.
Andrew, let's first go over the scoring here. We got Valparaiso getting on the board at 10:23 in the first quarter after a first in my lifetime, I think a first in your lifetime, a negative 6-yard punt by the Slicers. That's going to hurt his average. That ball went backwards, and then on the second play, Valparaiso on a Thomas Berta 2-yard run. That came at 10:23 in the first quarter. Then a lot of back and forth. LaPorte sort of thought they did some good things in the rest of that first quarter, and then all of a sudden Thomas Berta, with helps from Julian Stokes on about a 35-yard run, carries the ball down to the 3 or 4 yard line. Next play, Thomas Berta gets the 3-yard run. That came at 8:22 in the second quarter. That puts Thomas Berta up 14-0 over the Slicers. Last week, Mr. Bradner said, no. He's only got 12. I go, I'm giving him the extra points, too.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that kid's been doing everything for them offensively, so you can have all you want tonight.
Yep, and then at, let's see, the next score for the Vikings came at 5:16, and that was a Damari Gordon 15-yard pass from Keelan Hozick. And again, that came at 5:16 in the second quarter. Great drive. Valparaiso able to push the ball down the field. And then Keelan Hozick with a 4-yard run with 53 seconds left in the second quarter. That puts Valparaiso up 28-0, and they are rolling right now offensively.
Well, one of your keys of the game was LaPorte stacking the box and blitzing and forcing the Vikings to run the ball with Berta, but when they're keep suffocating him, forcing him to then throw. But after Stokes had those 2 explosive runs, that opened things up, and you just feel the momentum shift, and it was just a wave of green going for the rest of the game.
And it seemed like Valpo sort of stuttered after that first score, from when they scored at 10:28 in the first quarter, and then to get their second score at 8:22 in the second quarter. It seemed like they stuttered a little bit offensively. Maybe LaPorte stepped up a little bit defensively. We talked about it. You just said it 2 seconds ago that, hey, they put an extra guy in the box. We were talking about their free safety making tackles in the backfield. So you know they're bringing guys up to stop that run. So it seemed like they struggled, but then all of a sudden they found their stride when Julian Stokes carried that ball 30 yards down the field to set up the second score. So it was just rolling for the Vikings from that point on.
And Dawson Shreve was that free safety we were talking about. He was a real bright spot in that first quarter, but it really felt like we didn't say his name a whole lot in the second quarter as the Vikings turned it on. But I got to say that one of my favorite plays was that screen to Damari Gordon, and a good run with Berta to get you up at around the 10-yard line. Fake it to him, suck the defense in, hit it outside. But Julian Stokes with a really good seal block, and then going around him is Gordon to get into the end zone. And it really just showed how demanding the Vikings were to close out that second quarter.
Yeah, and you just mentioned it. They sucked all 10 guys were in, and then Damari Gordon did a great job of letting Stokes make a good block, seal him into the inside. He stepped to the inside and then bounced it to the outside. So a great job, the whole offense. And then, again, good play calling by the coaching staff here for the Vikings, mixing it up. Once they see one thing doesn't work, they go to the other, and once the passing game's going, they got the LaPorte Slicers spread out, they come back and hit you inside. So Valparaiso offensively is just hard to stop. And if you take something away, something else pops up.
One of those pick your poison games
exactly.
for the LaPorte Slicers. But before we take a quick break, I want to ask you one thing about the LaPorte offense. Reed Raymond looked really good. We're still looking for Aiden Pinzel to get going offensively as a quarterback tonight for the Slicers. But the LaPorte offense looked really good to start the game. He got some first downs, but then there was that one play where it was 3rd and 1. Could have easily gotten it with Raymond handing it to him. But I think the Slicers tried to get too cute with it, try to roll it out on a bootleg with Pinzel. He got sacked, and the Vikings fans and even us were thinking, why do you just hand it off to your 6-foot sophomore that's been running over guys all game long?
Yeah, either that or just a quarterback sneak. And sometimes coaches see 3rd and 1, 2nd and 1 at midfield. All of a sudden, you're thinking home run, because I can come back on 4th down, get the 1st down, and then continue on with my drive. And then you take an 8-9 yard sack on that play, and it just throws everything up for the Slicers. They had a great job going. They were mixing it up nicely. A couple runs to the inside, a couple runs to the outside. One of their receivers made a great catch. I think that was Warner on that quick slant that he caught and had a Viking draped all over him, made a great catch. So they had things going for them. It seems like the Slicers get things going and then all of a sudden shoot themselves in the foot.
We're going to take a quick break and then we'll come back for the Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard update. Don't go anywhere. It's the Host Connections halftime show here in Valpo with the Vikings leading 28-0 against the Slicers.
Tech Checking Plus from Tech Credit Union offers everything you'd expect from a checking account. Plus, you'll earn one of their best dividend rates for maintaining a higher account balance. Currently, 4.85% annual percentage yield. No need to choose between easy access to funds or earning a better dividend. Tech Checking Plus gives you both. Visit techcu.org, contact any branch, or call 800-276-8324 to learn more. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Rates may change without notice.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Andrew Meyer with Jay Simmons. And this scoreboard update is brought to you by Strachan Van Til. Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store.
And here we go. All these games are either in half or just kicking off the third quarter. Andrean 7, Kankakee Valley 0, Westside Boone Grove knotted up at 0. Let's continue on. Calumet 14, East Chicago nothing. We have a scoreboard update that's going to shock everybody. We've got Crown Point 39, Maryville 7. Whew. Wow. All right, then let's continue on. Hammond Central 6, Griffith Panthers 0. The Panthers have scored 102 points in their first two games and been shut out in the first half. Wow. So kudos to Hammond Central. We've got, I'm sorry, not the Hammond Central, not Hanover Central. Hanover Central 28, Highland 0. Just threw me off there. Somebody just threw my pen at me.
Perfect spiral.
Yeah, it was. All right, in the second quarter, Hobart Brickies 14, Munster 0. The Red Indians of Portage 7, the Blue Indians of Lake Central 3. Let's move on down. West Lafayette 21, Lowell Red Devils 7, Michigan City 7, Chesterton 0.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that? You would think there'd be a lot more scoring. Michigan City with that high-powered offense. Tippecanoe Valley 14, Morton Governors 10, River Forest and Wheeler knotted up at 0. Wow, what a defensive struggle that is right there. Two good defensive teams going at it. And then Bishop Knoll and Whiting going at it. That also is knotted up at 0. And that is your scoreboard update. your Strachan Van Til scoreboard update.
And with about 100 seconds to go before halftime ends, we will take one more break here on the Region Sports Network. The only game in town. We'll be back for more football here on the only game in town.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
2 minutes to go until halftime is over. And don't forget to visit regionsports.com, Facebook /RegionSportsNation, Instagram, and Region Sports Network YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10 presented by Ennigenberg Exteriors. Ennigenberg Exteriors, for all your home's exterior needs, visit ebergexteriors.com. And for Crown Point, the number one team, they are taking it to Maryville. We were shocked by that.
Yeah, 39-7 in the third quarter. Crown Point's for real.
It was 7-6 after the first.
Yes, it was.
And then when you read that, I thought there could be a good game and a classic rivalry between two really good teams here in Northwest Indiana. The Crown Point, they flipped the script in that second quarter.
Yes, they did. Boy,
they're trying to get back to state.
They just flipped the switch all of a sudden. Bam. Just a couple other scores that changed as we went to our commercial. Griffith late in the third quarter. Griffith 7. Hammond Central 6.
And Griffith is ranked number 8 by the Region Sports Network.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, you caught that. Very nice. Let's see if we got any other. I was writing down just a couple.
Chesterton, number 9, is getting upset by Michigan City, 7-0, as you said. See if Michigan City can walk away with a big upset on the road.
And, the number 16, the Portage Indians, are losing to Lake Central. So Lake Central is 16-14 late in the third quarter.
Well, we're about to get started here as the Valpo Vikings will be receiving, already up 28-0. And as Jay mentioned to me in the halftime off air, if the Vikings come out and they score a touchdown, it is a running clock. It would be 35-0. And that's when that rule starts to come into effect. So this is going to be a really important drive for the Viking, or I should say the Slicers defense to open up in this second half.
Yes, it is. And talking about slices, we're going to talk about Lango Pizza. Has been a favorite since 1979, serving Northwest Indiana from 3 locations, Highland, Cherville, and Crown Point. Enjoy pizza, sandwiches, and more. Dine in or dine out. Order online at langospizza.com. Lango Pizza, the official pizza of Region Sports Network.
Making me hungry, Jay.
I am.
Are you more of a pepperoni guy, sausage, cheese?
I'm going with the sausage, cheese, mushroom.
I just usually go yes. Ball is teed up. It is kicked off, and the Vikings are going to have an opportunity to return it. Looks like it's Gage Finley, the backup running back, who is taking it across the 30, close to around the 32, 33-yard line. And that is a Quintel kickoff. All kickoffs, and even this one, are presented by Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repairing, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. I tell you, someone wrote that with an almanac, because that's a lot of long words that I don't know very well. I don't get paid enough. Here we go. Second half has started with 11:51 on the clock.
Well, running somebody out there a little late. Looks like number 7, Keegan Bigley, coming out late.
The tight end that made some really nice catches in the first half, and they're going to give it to their best offensive weapon, and Thomas Berta up the middle, and he charges ahead to the 39-yard line. It's about 5 yards for the Vikings to open up this drive.
Yeah, and Thomas Berta's glad Keegan Bigley came out on the field because he ran right over the right tight end's position, and Bigley did a nice block, sealed his guy down the field, and got a great push and a nice play on first down. Second and looks like about 3.
Little George Kittle action out there. He can block, he can catch. He's doing a little bit of everything, and there he goes again as they feed it to Berta, and Berta is going to race ahead. He is across into Slicer's territory as he is marked down at the 46-yard line, and that first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists. Bit of a quick tempo here for Valpo. They're on the ball already. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And guess what? Another Berta carry, and he's going to get stuffed.
Looked like number 12 for the Slicers right there, making the big hit in the backfield.
Trey Kechtel. Usually they're tight end, but he was there to make a really nice play in the backfield. It's about an inch lost for Valpo, but anyway, the Slicers can push them back is key. They're down 28-0, and here in the state of Indiana, if you go up 35-0, it's a running clock. And if the Slicers want to make a comeback, they want to be playing the Vikings and the clock that's continuously ticking away. They're going to pass. Looking to his left is Hosick. He lets it go. High throw, and it falls harmlessly onto the carpet. It is third down. He couldn't hook up with Jordan Seigan.
Yeah, Seigan tried his best to try and jump and high point that ball, but looked like Keelan Hosick got a little pressure in his face and just dumped that one out there, hoping his receiver would be able to make a great catch.
Hosick, not only a quarterback, but when baseball rolls around, he is a pitcher and a third baseman. So that tells me one thing. He's got himself a strong arm. Not only that, he's also very athletic. He can buy some time for his athletic receivers to get open. And they're going to let Hosick throw it again. He's stepping up. He's got plenty of time. Goes across the middle. Low throw. And it is brought in by Stokes. And that is a first down. Stokes holding the ball proudly.
If Stokes caught that ball, he caught it off inches off the turf. I was going to say off the tallest blade of grass, but there is no grass out there.
Maybe a sheet of paper separating him and the green turf.
Looks like the 2 officials from the sidelines are trying to discuss it, whether or not he did catch it. They haven't made a call yet. They've left the ball there. There they go. Bring it on down. Let's go.
Well, the senior Logan Hay was the one that put on the hit stick to Julian Stokes, and he was arguing with the striped zebras that that ball had hit the ground. But they said no, it was a catch, and it's another first down brought to you by Four Seasons. The Vikings moving the ball down the field. They're across the 35 and LaPorte territory around the 34-yard line. They send a receiver in motion in Seigan. They're going to go to Seigan as he gets a block out in front. And guess what? It's Beagley pancaking someone. And Seigan getting close to the 25-yard line. I'm telling you what, I am enjoying watching Keegan Beagley go down the field and lay out some folks.
Yeah, Beagley did a nice job right there, making a great block down the field. He could be up for one of our awards tonight, the Blue Collar. That's the Boilermaker Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374.
one of those stats that doesn't pop up in the box score.
No.
But I tell you what, there's going to be a lot of hooting and hollering in the Vikings film review after that block, as it is a touch pass out in front, and not too much there. And it's really short to the sticks, and it looks like the referees are going to wave them. It's another first down brought to you by Four Seasons. It looks like they went to Chase Lovick, number 12.
Yeah, I didn't see him on my chart here. I was like...
I did do the same thing. Luckily, I have the rosters out in front of me. We got Lovick getting the first down. He is a junior, a backup to Damari Gordon. He scored a touchdown in the first half. And they're putting Lovick in motion again, and it's a handoff. And here he goes, Berta, moves past the man, and they trip him out inside the 5. And I'll say it once, I'll say it again. It's another Four Seasons first down.
And Berta, he was tasting that third touchdown of the night. And they go quick line right up here to the line of scrimmage. It looks like it might be a quarterback sneak.
You were right on the money there. Did he get in?
They're gonna have to unpile it.
Yes, they are. And nope, they said short. One arm raised in the air to let us all know that they are inches away from the goal line.
The last man off the pile was DeAndre Price.
Might do it one more time. Why not? It worked the first time. And you got to think he got in this time. He did. Another rushing touchdown for Hosick. His second. He closed out the first half with a rushing touchdown. He begins the second half with a rushing touchdown, and it's 34-0.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, if you're Keelan Hosick, you gotta really thank those guys up front. DeAndre Price, Alex Burkett at the center position, and at the right guard spot, Caden Reeder.
This could make it 35-0. Valpo needed this sort of win after some close ones to start off the year. And there it is, 35-0. And the clock is still running as we will take a quick break after that touchdown from the Vikings, as they are dominating 35-0 in the third quarter. As you're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Value Flooring in Valparaiso is a family-owned business with over 20-plus years in the industry. Located at 708 Silhavy Road, Value Flooring is open Monday through Saturday, offering a wide selection of flooring options and installation. With knowledge and experience, Value Flooring can also assist customers on a personal level by coordinating colors and by selecting the right products for their lifestyles. The number to call is 548-2705, and the website is valueflooringonline.com.
Develop skills that will last for a lifetime with an apprenticeship with the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. The apprenticeship and training program is committed to developing highly skilled bricklayers, terrazzo workers, and ceramic tile setters to provide the construction industry with the best hands in the business. If you are currently working non-union and want better pay with benefits, or if you think learning a new skill with a paid apprenticeship while you earn your associate's degree is the right path for you, visit vaclocal4.org/training to learn more about the apprenticeship program. Are you built to succeed?
$35-0 Vikings going to kick it off one more time, as this kickoff and all kickoffs are brought to you by Quintel. Vikings, here they go, booting the ball away one more time. And here comes the return from Henkel. Henkel cuts it, gets a block. He's across the 30, gets brought down backwards, close to the 34-yard line. Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994.
And don't forget about Squeegee's Pizza for piping hot pizza delivered right to your door. Call Squeegee's Pizza of Griffith. Squeegee's located at 106 South Broad Street in Griffith. Give them a call at 219-924-6000. Pickup or delivery. It's Squeegee's Pizza of Griffith. Best on Broad.
See, I like a piping hot pizza, but I think it really passes the test when you leave it out for a night and see how it is cold.
Oh.
A cold pizza can go a long way, too.
Yes, it can. But does it ever make it that far?
Oh, that's true. That's true. I have to ask you and the people of Griffith. Well, let's see. It's any way you slice it, the LaPorte Slicers need to get some points and get that offense going. A handoff to Raymond. They'll keep it on the ground, and Raymond will get to the 39-yard line. This drive started at the 34, so it's about a 5-yard gain for LaPorte. who are being shut out here against the Vikings defense.
Yeah, LaPorte needs something to build on for next week, so they need to get a touchdown somewhere in the second half just to have some positive flow for their offense. Just so you have something to look at on game film.
Well, let's see if Aiden Penzel, the second-year starter, can step up. Been waiting for this kid to step up. He is a hard kid to not root for. He's a student of the game. He works out hard. He's always out in the field throwing it to his guys. Just hasn't found that in-game luck thus far, as they'll run it up the middle one more time. 1 yard gain, and it's going to make it 3rd and 5 for LaPorte. Their first drive of the second half with a running clock. We're at 6 minutes to go, halfway in this third quarter.
Yeah, and I think, you know what, open the playbook up for the Slicers. You got some good time right here to work on things. Hey, let's go third down and 4. Let's throw the ball.
Never heard of a 35-point touchdown. So, yeah, you're right. Might as well open it up and allow some guys who don't normally get some playing time to get some opportunities. It's an end-around play to Reed Raymond. Raymond with a stiff arm, and he's close to the first down marker. Some Vikings were there to drive him back, and it looks like the referees are going to put him about a few inches short. But you got to go for it. You're down 35-0. Why not?
Yep, they're not bringing out the punting. They're bringing out a couple big bodies out there, switching it up.
This is 4-down territory here, and that is your Northwest Indiana Heating and Air Conditioning specialist. So 4th down and 1. LaPorte lining up with those big bodies, as Jay mentioned. 2 backs in the backfield. 1 in motion. They're really powering to the left, and Raymond's going to go around him. He's at open field. He's across the 30, the 25, and he gets swung down to the ground as one of the Morris brothers, that is Tice, racing up there to swing him down, and that's the best play by LaPorte this evening.
35, 40-yard run right there for the LaPorte Slicers.
And that is an IBEW Local 697 electrifying play. IBEW Local 697, the electrical professionals. Reed Raymond rumbling as they are just outside the red zone. They stopped him at the 22-yard line. Some confusion by the LaPorte offense as it looks like the play clock ran out. And Penzel's still looking for the plays. I guess they're just going to let him go. While the back judge just signaled for the play clock to be updated, they're going to throw. Penzel going to his check down. It's Reed Raymond. Raymond breaks an arm tackle, cuts up to his left. He's close to the marker. And Reed Raymond doing it all for the LaPorte Slicers.
What a job by Reed Raymond. It looked like the first tackler for Valparaiso was going to throw him out of bounds. He slips, he regains his balance, and then turns it back into the field and picks up an extra 3 or 4 yards. It is old school, right? That's like Walter Payton type move. That's, you don't go out of bounds until they force you out of bounds.
That's what we were talking about. 2 really good running backs in Reed Raymond and Thomas Berta put on a show tonight. They stack to the left side, and it's a handoff. Looks like it could be Lucas Del Rio again. And that worked earlier, but they've tried it a few times, and it looks like that one didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, he got stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Valpo looked like they were in the huddle on that one. They knew exactly where that play was going.
Well, that's a few times they have ran that play, and as they said, it worked maybe once tonight. And they tried it out against Lowell. I'd seen that watching film. But they've tried a few players on that, just trying to see if that play will develop as the season goes along, as LaPorte will be going through the gauntlet after this game. Chesterton, Maryville, and Crown Point coming up after this one. Raymond, left side, and Raymond has a clear path to the end zone. Touchdown, Slicers!
Well, what a nice job of the tight end right there, sealing off to the inside, and Raymond just seeing daylight to all the way to the sideline, ran to the corner of the end zone, and got LaPorte their first score of the game.
Reed Raymond giving LaPorte their second offensive touchdown of the season. Last week it was Keegan Henkel on an end around, and that time it is a Reed Raymond stretch play to the left. Good seal block, as Jay said, and he rumbled to the end zone. And LaPorte will have a chance to nail this extra point and make it a 35-7 game. They did miss their extra point last week, as there's the attempt, and it's through the uprights. That was Juan Garcia on the attempt, the junior, and we take a break. Slicers will not be shut out tonight. They score a touchdown, and it's 35-7.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics, wants to reward you for everyday banking. CU1's high-yield checking offers the opportunity to earn up to 5.25% APY when you make qualifying transactions each month. No monthly fees and no minimum or opening balance required. Plus, you'll be able to bank anytime and anywhere with 24/7 digital and mobile banking. Start making more of your money with Credit Union One. Open an account at cu1.com/high-yield checking.
This is the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Angel Mild with Jay Simmons and LaPorte Slicers. Thanks to the help of their sophomore tailback, Reed Raymond. He finds the end zone, and the Slicers have made it a 35-7 game. And this is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. And they're sure getting their money's worth tonight with all the scoring we've seen. 35 for the Vikings with 5 touchdowns, and the Slicers with just the 1. And the return goes to the Vikings 30. We got 90 seconds to go, and that clock is still going to run. But we have a player down. And remind me, Jay, you know this better than me. Is that clock going to keep moving with the injury, or is it going to stop?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Looks like it's stopped.
Yes, it is. Only looks like if the ball's in play, will the clock not stop.
And the referees are aware of that. They're signaling up here to get that clock moving. That was Killian McMahon, the junior that was grabbing at his left leg as he runs to his own sideline on one leg. And stay with Region Sports after the game as we send it back to the Centier Bank Studio. Catch up on the latest scores, highlights, and more, all live from the Centier Bank Studio right after the game. And they do an excellent job keeping us updated. I know I turn to there when I'm getting prepared for any game that we're going to be calling here on the Region Sports Network.
Yeah, sometimes it's like the Three Stooges back there. They're having fun.
Yes.
I've done it a few times. I have a good time, and it's a great show. And they will update you on all the scores and some of the highlights from tonight's games that we do tonight.
I know they love their basketball and baseball. When it's football season, they become different animals. As we have a change at quarterback. Tice Custy is going to pitch it out, and there is a running back just fighting for his life as the Slicers move in. A flag gets thrown, and maybe a face mask is going to be called here.
You know, when it was the fields were grass, we used to call this the clean jersey time.
Yes.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. A lot of turf field is part of the state now, waiting for the official calls. And we're not going to get it because the third quarter has come to an end. And that was a quick one because of the Vikings scoring a touchdown early to make it 35-0. Reed Raymond scores to make it 35-7. We're going to flip fields and take a breather here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Pep in your step, you know.
Well, a fumble was recovered by LaPorte. It was coughed up by their backup running back, Gage Finley, as Hosick, the starters, come out for Trice Custy. And Thomas Borda won't get 170 yards, but one of those games where it was a team effort for the Vikings here at home, and they're going to get a dominant victory here today. Reed Raymond gets the ball. He goes up the middle. He's still not down yet, as a couple of Vikings had to race in to clean up the mess. And leading that charge was Cameron Walden.
Brought down by number 4.
But I will say one thing. You look at the Vikings and how this season started. They sat down with an interview with Bill Marshall, who led them to a state championship a few years ago. They had to replace their quarterback, which was Justin Clark. He was an all-conference QB, led that team to the title. But then you had to toss in Kellen Hosick. They lost a shootout to start off the year against Penn. They were down 21-0 last week and had to come back. This is the first time they can take a breather in the fourth quarter and sort of rest for their next couple of games. Which for the Vikings, they're going to have Michigan City on the road and then some really good teams in Chesterton and Crown Point.
So we're off the air for 5 minutes. By that time, the game will be over.
Yeah.
8 minutes, we'll have 3 minutes. So as soon as they bring it back, we'll do the awards and see.
Personal foul against the
Yep.
Slicers.
That's fine.
Yep. It just pisses off the sponsors. But just give us a minute warning or something. All right, so if we can find that sheet. Where'd you put the, oh, there it is right there.
Oh, this one?
Yep. Do the awards.
Do I have the other? Do you have the awards sheet or? Oh,
it.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, if somebody scores, at least keep track of who scored.
Well, they're probably just going to hand it off.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Number 6, Jacob Moore. 230 for 25 yards for the Vikings.
You didn't notice how big I put my name in.
Oh.
It's just messing around. Oh, they had to take a timeout so they could play the song.
Did they take a timeout just so they could play the song?
All right, what's his name? Thomas Berta.
Led by seniors Bree, Ava, Rita, Ariana, and Bella.
So Berta, what do you think? Like,
We are back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Andrew Mild and Jay Simmons. We have under 5 minutes to go as the Vikings got an interception. Big shout out to Jacob Moore, the senior corner, that brought it down. And then Custy had ran it in for a touchdown, but a penalty called it back. So the Vikings have the ball on the LaPorte 35-yard line. Lining up everyone. And in the backfield is Troy Danzy. And they're going to give it to Danzy. And Danzy gets brought down, tripped up by the LaPorte defense. And we have some awards to give out.
Yeah, we'll do that in a couple minutes here. I'm still penciling them in. When we were off the air, we had to arm wrestle to see who was going to get their choices tonight. So, and of course, Andrew won.
I was going to say, you do your curls. It was a tough one out here. All right, here we go. 3:54. Backups in for Valpo. They're up 35-7, and they're going to let Cussy run it. He keeps it on his left side. Breaks a tackle. Cussy across the 20, and he gets pushed down hard out of bounds. He got lit up there by Zaire Harmon, and it's a first down for the Valpo Vikings as they move those chains and keep that clock running. And that first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville.
And don't forget, we've got the scoreboard update coming up after the game.
Brought to you by Strachan Van Til.
Yep, and let's see where these teams are going to be headed to next week. You've got Valparaiso headed out to Michigan City. Michigan City in a big battle tonight. I think we saw that score at 7-0 late in the third quarter.
That's what I remember you saying. Yep. I know it was awfully close.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, against, it was 7-0 in Maryville. I'm sorry, not Maryville, Michigan City. They were playing Chesterton. There we go, 7-0. That was late in the third quarter. Chesterton, number 9 in the RSN top 10. So Michigan City trying to break in right there. So Valparaiso's got their work cut out for them as they head out to Michigan City.
There's a handoff to the left side. Stumbling forward and getting a good chunk of change is Troy Danzy, the sophomore, 6'1", 155. He is a small guy, but he's been running the ball pretty well his first couple of carries in his varsity career.
And then coming up for the LaPorte Slicers heading into week 4 at, well, let's just call it 0-3. Since the game is not over, but with
2 minutes
left, they'll be heading. LaPorte will be hosting the Chesterton Trojans next week. You know, like you mentioned earlier, LaPorte hits the meat grinder here in the next few weeks. They Valparaiso this week, Chesterton next week, Lake Central, Maryville, and then Crown Point. So that's the tough road for them coming up throughout the Doolin Conference. Hey, let's get to those awards we talked about.
Yeah, we first have the Crowell Insurance Superhero Player of the Game. Crowell Companies have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. And Jay, that was a pretty easy choice for us.
Yes, it was. Thomas Berta.
Pass to the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown! Custy linking up with Sam Bernard, sophomore to sophomore. And the Valpo Vikings are going to score one more touchdown on this Veterans Night to cap it off as they go up 41-7.
And what a nice catch by the sophomore receiver in the corner of the end zone. And let's get back to Thomas Berta, running back for the Vikings, 80-plus yards tonight rushing, and also the 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. We'll take all right, let's keep it here. Let's continue with the blue-collar player of the game. We talked about it throughout the game. Keegan Bagley, our blue-collar player of the game. Now, and it's we just named them the Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermaker Local 374. Earn while you learn with the Boilermaker Local 374. Keegan Bagley with 3 catches, but it's not the catches that we talked about. But yes, he did. He made 3 great catches. 2 of them he got walloped on a couple of them. Was able to hold on to the ball, but his blocking,
yes,
for Thomas Berta, especially on the outside plays when Berta was breaking them to the outside. You saw Keegan Bagley 6-7 yards pushing his linebacker downfield, going up after free safeties and corners if there was a big play. So great job by Keegan Bagley for our Blue Collar Player of the Game. That was Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game.
Really impressed with the one block he had where you even could see it because he opened up the gap for Berta, and Berta was saying thank you very much. He rolled out the red carpet for him, and he ran a long way. We got one more to give out, and that is the play of the game. The play of the game is brought to you by the Region Sports Network. What is tonight's play of the game, Jay?
It was Julian Stokes at 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Had an one of the 2 plays I think he was in at running back, just blew through a big hole and went from the 35 to the 4-yard line. And that led to Thomas Berta's second touchdown. And you know what, Julian, I'm in your court, babe. I'm thinking you should have been able to finish and seal the deal and get the touchdown.
Yeah, that was a really good play, too, as LaPorte is going to get one more chance on this Quintel kickoff. As this kickoff and all kickoffs are brought to you by Quintel Incorporated, and this ball game is over. The Valpo Vikings cruise to a 42-7 win here at home to get back-to-back home wins. They go to 2-1, but not only that, they go to 1-0 in conference play, and what a way to start off conference play here in the Doolin Athletic.
Yeah, and next week they travel to Michigan City, so they got their work cut out for them to see if they can stay undefeated in the Doolin Conference. LaPorte, they just a little bit of struggle. You know, Coach Eppel is trying to put the pieces together for the Slicers, and I think tonight's performance, they're moving in the right direction. Are they there yet? No, but they are moving in the right direction.
Austin Eppel, a former Slicer himself, wants to see the team go back in the right direction. 10 years ago, they were in the state finals. They fell short. Hopefully they can get back there again. They still have a long ways to go, but they have the right guy at the helm. It's his second year as the head coach of the Slicers. Well, we got some thank yous to give out before we sign off for tonight's broadcast here on the Region Sports Network. First off, to our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, who wouldn't be here without him. Operations manager, Rich Castillo. Zach Miller, who's our coordinating producer, got us back on the air. Thank you, Zach, so much. Our sports director, Mike Dewan, who keeps paying us to come on here and talk about football. Always got to appreciate him. Our producer, Joey Henrik.